Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Reino de las Mascaras, the Kingdom of the Masks. I'm your host as always, Ray de Mascaras, and today we're getting back on track. We're getting back to a Friday upload, taping it on a hot, scorching Thursday evening, and I'm not just talking about the masks behind me. It is a scorcher up here, and it looks like tomorrow is going to be the last ugly day of the week, and then we're going to see some temperatures dropping, thankfully. So, it's been quite a ride since we last chatted last week, and last week was kind of more or less a get back on the horse and back into the swing of things type episode. So kind of trying to get everything back in order here as far as a normal episode, talking about some news, talking about some awesome masks, and then rounding it out. So yeah, we had Time Bomb Pro last week. Absolutely amazing show. Main event was Steel Cage Warfare. 4 of Time Bomb's best took on the Blank Generation. It was actually live streamed on YouTube, so go back and watch the replay of it. Amazing show. We did have a little bit of Lucha flavor there with Rudy Hell getting absolutely bulldozed by the wrecker himself, Josh Price of Destination Pro Wrestling. And we hung out a little bit after the show. We came up here, took a short nap, put the ring back into storage, and then I went to work. Not one of my finest decisions because I was tired, to say the least. But it's always a fun time. It's always great seeing my friends at Time Bomb Pro. Always a good time there. So definitely check out the show. Well worth the watch. It's on YouTube. It's free. Give them a like, give them a subscribe. You won't regret it. It's a very, very, very good pro wrestling company. So today we are going to talk about the newest edition of my collection that came in about a week and a half ago. It was kind of interesting. The last couple of weeks really took the toll on me, and I had a mask in mind that I was going to purchase, and then everything happened with Tigger, and my mind just went blank. I was like, I did not, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was grief, I don't know if it was just, whatever it was, I really pivoted because this mask I'm showing was not what I had planned to purchase. But I'm really glad I did, because once I got it in, and I got it in hand, I was absolutely floored by it. So I've yacked here for a few minutes. That's long enough. Let's show everybody. If you were on Instagram about a week ago, you saw the first look. But here we go. I have finally added an Averno mask to my collection. Averno was kind of the Rudo that was at the forefront when I started getting into modern Lucha Libre through Mystico. So obviously the matches between Averno and Mystico are legendary. And so between Averno and Ultimo Guerrero, that was kind of my my jump into the Rudo side of modern Lucha Libre. And I've always liked Averno's mask. This one has always drawn me. I can't explain what it is. I don't know if it's the design, the coloring, everything in between. But this was one, I'm kind of surprised it took me till 2024 to add to my collection, but I added this one this year, and it is absolutely amazing. As you can see, definitely ring worn, definitely abused. This thing is hanging on by literal threads in some places. Absolutely no doubt that it was used in the ring. Example, you can see right there, a literal thread holding it together up here. Pretty close to that as well. So, knowing that Averno lost his mask in 2011, I can tell you this thing is at least that old, 13 years old at least. I have photo matched it to some matches from 2004, 2005, but I haven't seen anything to indicate the mask ripping. So still searching for the specific match that I can definitely trace this back to. But yeah, it is absolutely amazing. You can see there, it is signed by the man himself. So ring worn, ring abused, signed Averno mask. So I will, I'll attempt to put this on. I have put this on before. Shows a lot of my face, so I might have it on for a very, very quick moment, but I will at least put it on for a second. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. And there we go. I was able to slide it on. As you can see, I am spilling out every single side of this thing. You can see like my beard is definitely pushing through. You can see the side here pulled down. Yeah, this thing, I'm really interested to find the specific mask, or excuse me, the specific match that this was used in, because I mean, this thing was put through the ringer, to say the least. Got it down here. Yes, I do. This is definitely on par with the Valiente mask that I've got. You know, you can see here, I mean, this was torn. This was torn up really good. Yeah, to say the least. Ultimo Guerrero put some work into this one when he tried to rip it off of Valiente's face. So, yeah, to say the least, this one's been put through the ringer. You can see the side here is just barely hanging on. And yeah, I mean, this end right here, this right back here, yeah, a good, honestly, a good yawn, a good shout, any kind of movement in my jaw, except for what I'm doing right now, is going to pop this thing. So definitely not something I'm going to wear very often at all. This one's going on the top of the shelf, along with my other ring warrens and sign masks. So definitely going to be one that sits and stays. Not going to see a lot of head time here. So I'll switch back. We'll round out the episode and wrap everything up. And we're back. So yeah, as you can see, this one definitely got some heavy use in the ring here. Very interested to find out, see if I can find the date for sure that this one was worn, because it's absolutely destroyed. You know, there are pieces of it that are hanging on by literal threads here. So definitely was a heated match. I did go back and check Averno's Apuestas match records. I didn't see anything in there that would have indicated it being an Apuestas match, but yeah, the mystery will go on. So if I do get an update as far as for sure what match this was used in, I'll definitely give everybody an update, probably over on Instagram or perhaps on the lead-in for a future show. But yeah, amazing mask. I am absolutely thrilled to have this in my collection. I know ring worn stuff that's been put through the ringer like this isn't every collector's cup of tea, but the two that I've got that were ripped up and torn, very, very pleased having them in my collection. So definitely ones that have some pretty solid stories on them. So that is the mask talk for the week. Really looking forward to next week. I'm going to be down in Minneapolis for First Wrestling's Blood, Sweat, and Beers, because we do have Arez and Aramis coming in for the show. I am super excited for that. I haven't seen those guys since WrestlePalooza back in January, so super excited to see them. I know a couple of Chicago-based luchadors are going to be in Wisconsin the day before. I know Mahiko is going to be challenging for the Higher Ground Championship over in Wisconsin. Kind of hoping he makes his way over. I'd like to see him in action. I've heard a lot of good things about him. I believe Septico might be in the area as well. Don't quote me on that. But either way, I'd like to see Mahiko over at First if he's able to make the drive over. I think it'd be really neat to meet him. I'd like to obviously see if I could get a mask. You never know. So that is the show this week. I want to thank everybody for joining. I want to thank everybody for hanging in there while I dealt with all of the stuff in my personal life. I know it's not the most fun thing to talk about, but I will say talking about it on this show has made me feel a little bit better. Still periods where I'm going to be down. You know, Ella and Tigger, you know, they were part of my life for 12 years. Honestly, kind of a weird thing to say, but they were the last reminders of my life before I met my wife. So that shows you how long I've had them and how long they've been in my life. So again, I appreciate everyone putting up with it. I know it's the last thing you want to do is talk tune in for some mask talk and hear about a guy moping. So thank you all for putting up with that and letting me work through that. But yeah, I will say stay tuned to Instagram, because I do have something in transit that I've considered a grail piece that will be hitting my doorstep, I believe hopefully tomorrow. So I will go live and unbox that most likely. So until then, we will talk at you later. And as always, live, laugh, love, and lucha libre. We'll see ya.